Grandfather! Grandfather!
Come on. Come on. That's enough.
Your Majesty, I've never stolen a thing
Get
in
a
my
move
life.
on.
You must believe me, please.
Take him away! Hey. Hey. What? Get out of here. Gone. Prove you're not lying and you'll get your compensation. Otherwise, you'll be severely punished. Haven't you finished yet?
Tomorrow's the trial, and Grandfather must prove his innocence. There must be a way to measure the volume of gold in the crown.
If you put something too big in the tub, it makes the water overflow.
That's it. That's how to measure the volume of an object. Oh, I can prove Grandfather's innocent.
Silence! Silence, all of you! Hear me! Our beloved king, generous to a fault with his subjects, as we all know well, promised magnanimous compensation to the metalsmith, whom now you see before you standing in the prisoner's dock, if said smith would make him a satisfactory golden crown. His Majesty gave the smith a gold ingot to make the crown out of, but the smith stole a great quantity of gold from the ingot. Wow, speak. If you persist in denying your guilt, it will go hard with you. I warn you. You must tell us where you hid the gold.
Your Majesty, I swear I never stole even the tiniest sliver of that gold. These accusations are totally groundless, and it's all because I'm unable to find a way of measuring the gold in a crown I made myself.
I know him well. He'd never do a thing like that. Never! Silence! Silence! The accused sustains that the accusations against him are false.
Is anyone here able to measure the volume of gold in the crown? No, no one is able to prove him innocent. Excellent. I see we're all in agreement here. You, the defendant, you are sentenced to 30 years hard labor. Go!
Immediately, sire.
Just a moment! I can show he's innocent!
You can?
My grandson, he's figured it out.
I can measure the volume of gold in the crown and prove that my grandfather didn't steal so much as a grain of it.
Naturally, you'd say that you're his accomplice.
I beg your majesty not to jump to conclusions before you see the demonstration.
He's very sure of himself and very brave.
Very well. Go ahead. You will have to show your grandfather's innocence. Should you fail to do so, well then, you little fool, you'll have to share his fate.
Poor thing. I hate to see this happen.
I need a pail full of water and the empty mold for the gold ingot.
What? A pail of water?
The mold for the ingot?
Silence! Get him what he asked for.
He's smart. I wonder what he has in mind.
The crown, if you please, your majesty.
Here you are. But don't scratch it.
The pail has to be filled up to the very brim. Some more water, if you please.
There you are, all the way up to the brim.
When I put the crown into the pail, the volume of water it displaces will be equal to its own value. If the water that overflows from the pail fills up the mold completely, we'll have the proof that grandfather didn't steal a speck of that gold. But if it doesn't fill it up completely, that will mean that you are right, your majesty.
Listen, kid, if this mold doesn't fill up completely, there are bad times ahead for you.
Look, it's working. Sure is.
Oh, it isn't full.
Must say, it doesn't look all that full to me. No, it doesn't.
Ah, there's still a piece sticking out. That ought to do it.
The lad's a genius.
Take a look at this, sire. One more drop, and it'd be overflowing. I proved my grandfather's honesty, sire. Now you must give him the compensation you promised.
The lad is right, Your Majesty. He's shown their innocence. They've earned the compensation you promised them.
What's fair is fair. There's no gainsaying that, is there?
Your Majesty! Your Majesty!
Oh, grandfather,
I'm
you're
proud of you,
free.
grandson. That was a very difficult thing to figure out. No one else could have done it.
Smart as a whip, that kid. The old goat's lucky to have a grandson like that.
Grandfather, listen! Now that we've discovered the simple law of nature, we can measure the volume of anything at all.
Yes, indeed. And thanks to that quick brain of yours, we were able to prove our innocence and defeat King Tiger's nefarious designs. It's wonderful.
What have I done to deserve such humiliation?
It's all over now, lad. We can go home happy and free. At last.
I think we can all go home now.